Peace and blessings, everybody. This your boy Rashawn. This is Space Invaders TV. And today is Thursday, October the 29th, 2020. Man, I hope everybody's family is doing well, and I hope you all are doing well, period. You know, and peace and blessings over you, your families, and your entire households. As we know, with election season is here, you know what I'm saying? And I hope everybody is exercising they right, you know what I mean, to vote, and voicing your opinions, you know. And as I said before, you can look at previous video that I put out last week, and I break down some things. And I know it was quite long, you know what I'm saying, but there's some information in there where I talk about the Electoral College. So I give you a more in-depth understanding of the voting process, you know, and everything I spoke about in that video. If you look at it, there is nothing that there's nothing like that stuff is factual information, and you can fact check me. It's nothing that I came up with on my own, you know. And over time, it's things that I had to learn about the whole political game, you know. So I felt compelled, you know what I'm saying, to share the information that I gathered over time with you guys. So with that being said, man, let's get started. Like I said, this is Space Invaders TV. Welcome you all. Make sure you subscribe to the page. If this is your first time, subscribe to the page. Make sure you hit the notification bell, so every time that I post something, you will get it. You know, and I try to post topics every week, at least between Thursday and Friday, no later than Saturday. I'm trying to post a topic, and the reason why I come on once a week, because I try to talk about the situations that may not be so popular, you know, but there's information there. You know, I shouldn't say so popular. I like to talk about topics that get overlooked, you know, because the media is so finicky, and the media, the way they set up, they're not gonna tell you, you know, even if you tapping into the world news, you find out things, but the way the media is set up, they're not set up to consistently talk about a situation. They like breeze by it, you know, and it's, you know, the only reason why the media, you know, across the country is stuck in talking about COVID, because it's a pandemic, you know what I'm saying? It's a crisis hitting parts of the different parts of the world, I should say. So, you know, you have various media outlets, world news, you name it. You know, you can go to European news outlets and see them talking about it. You can go to Asian media outlets, and you will hear about COVID. So yeah. But to get into it today, I got a topic I want to talk about, and everybody, you probably have been seeing it. One topic that's been out there, and some of you guys may have seen it on social media. I want to talk about SARS, um, going on in Nigeria. To peace and blessings to our brothers and sisters out there in Nigeria. Um, Nigeria has a population of 600. Nigeria has a population of 206 million people, and many of that population are made up of the young. You know, they're young, vibrant. You know, just as well how we are here in the U.S. You know, and Nigeria has been going through the same as we as black people have. been in this country, in the United States. You know, I'm not gonna weigh it out and say, oh, theirs is worse than ours, our situation. But I will say, when you have a when you have a whole country, you know, when government is surely corrupt, you know what I mean? It's, you know, you fighting an uphill battle. Like, the battle is, you know. So SARS, what SARS is, and it's funny, don't get it confused with SARS COVID, because I made that mistake as well. You know, because I kept seeing, all of a sudden I started seeing them saying SARS COVID, you know, and then so and then I would see SARS, and the only thing that caught me was it came across my timeline, and where uh, I seen protests attached to the SARS. I actually thought, when I did see SARS, and when I did, some just got thrown off for a minute, y'all. When I did see SARS attached to Nigeria, I just thought, you know, because they start throwing SARS COVID 2 out there, I just thought that you know, SARS, you know, the COVID had got, you know, there, and you know, and start infecting the people of Nigeria. That was my thought, because the way it was presented through different media sites for the U.S. So that was where my ignorance come in at. So, but I continually kept seeing stuff, and then I started hearing people are getting, you know, 12 people had got, at that point, at this point I'm hearing like 11 or 12 people had got gunned down. The SARS, I'm like, wait a minute, how the hell somebody, I'm like, wait a minute, SARS. I'm like, let me tap into this. So I tapped into it and start reading, and I'm like, whoa. So SARS is a special anti-robbery squad that was put together in 1992 in Nigeria. Yeah, like my cup. Yeah, got that cup down at Disney World, man, a couple years ago. Took my little daughter down there. But yo, anyway, so SARS was established in 1992, and SARS was put together to protect the citizens, the citizens, and the citizens of Nigeria. That's what it was put together for, and it was supposed to protect them from, you know, as we, if most of you do know, like, Nigeria had like high cases in fraud and auto theft as well. Even you had autos being shipped from the United States into Nigeria. Stolen motor vehicles were stolen and shipped into United States. You know what I mean? Stolen from out of the United States, stolen here in the United States, and shipped over to Nigeria. You know, so Nigeria has, you know, has that history of that. Nothing to take away from the people of Nigeria, from our brothers and sisters, because you have some good, you know, good working class folks there, and they just want to live, and as they say, they just want to be fresh and clean, and, you know what I'm saying, and live life. You know what I mean? They're proud people as well in Nigeria. Big up to them. So that SARS was created for that, to protect the people, and so it was to deal with the motor vehicle, vehicle theft, robbery, kidnapping, cattle rustling, and firearms. But somewhere down the line, you know, the police officers, and let mind you, when SARS started, they have different squads to you know, they have different squads. And let's see here, and SARS is one of 14 14 units in the Force Criminal Investigation and the Intelligence Department to establish, to detain and investigate and prosecute violent crimes, such as the ones I just spoke about. You know what I'm saying? So SARS is just one of 14 organizations or operatives, as they say in Nigeria, that are put together. And when SARS started, it started with 15 officers. And I want to make sure I get everything right for y'all to give y'all a clear, concise breakdown of this thing. What started SARS, what kicked off SARS with its birth in 1992 was Colonel Rodham, a colonel in the Nigerian army, was gunned down at the death of officers. And just to try to give you paint a picture for you, Nigeria has like checkpoints where they're stopping, you know, the police, when they stopping and checking people, make sure, you know, I guess checking IDs and stuff, you know, the same way they might have checkpoints and, you know, in your city and state. Well, Nigeria has that on the regular, just to paint you a picture. And checkpoints and security areas, you'll have the police, you know what I'm saying, stopping people and checking IDs or whatever of that nature. Well, I guess the Colonel Rhythm of the Nigerian army was gunned down at one of these checkpoints. And the police were, you know what I mean, the police were I wanna make sure that I get my words and say my things right here to you guys. The police were real were just corrupt. The police are corrupt. So I guess they did not know who. I guess they had no idea who Colonel Rhythm was. They shot and killed him. The army got word of this. And there's been corruption, known and said corruption with the Nigerian army as well, within the Nigerian army as well. That's been documented. I'm getting my information from watching and reading, watching actual reporters from Nigeria, from the country, and listening to the people of Nigeria, watching and reading different articles and videos. So I'm not just making this stuff up. And like I said, when I come to you with situations, I want to make sure that you know what I'm saying, I'm as accurate as possible and you can fact check me. So that's why I'm trying to be careful with what I'm saying and making sure that I'm explaining as it's needed. So going back to Colonel Rudham. So when the army got whiff of that, the Nigerian army got word, the word got back to them that, oh, somebody gunned down our colonel. They hit the streets and they were looking for any police, any police officer, and they were gonna do him something bad. They were gonna kill him. I presume that they found some, but it didn't really say. I'm presuming that they came across. They all couldn't just flee and leave, but some fled the country. Some just got low, just quit, got low. So, as I said, SARS, the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, that's what that is in Nigeria. They were formed in 1992 from that situation right there, because it was so much what the police were doing. They were supposed to pretty much, like, I guess, also police the police as well, and as well as all the other what we may call in the United States is domestic crimes, car theft, fraud, robbery, you know. So that's what SARS was birthed out of, and it was started with just 15 officers. I will. And it started out as something with good intentions to protect the people. The people were tired. The people were tired of being harassed and everything of that nature. They were just tired of it. And, you know, and I don't know what the other 14 operatives that they have. I don't know what they actually do, or if they're the same or not. If they're doing, you know, if they're, I don't know what the other 14 as they view. I don't really get any information off of them. But SARS was supposed to be that group that protected the people of Nigeria. But it seems that over the years they've done to the people what they were intended to protect the people from. They're robbing, they're killing, they're kidnapping, they're extorting. SARS is doing that to the people. So the people in Nigeria are tired. You know, and as I told you, Nigeria is a population of 206. I mean, I keep saying, 206 million people, and they're basically made up. You know, and listening to different outlets, you know, media outlets there in Nigeria, you have a lot of young. And if you've seen any of the protests, there were a lot of young, you know, protesters out there. You know, they saying that you know, that 30ish, 30, uh, the 30th, like the early 30s. You know what I'm saying? Like that's their young crowd, and they're tired. They're tired of all of the corruption, and they want change, and they want it now. You know what I mean? You have those that have family here in the States that don't that fear to even they feared even kind of going home to visit family in Nigeria because they knew about the SARS, they know about the corruption, and you had kids and young adults talking in Nigeria, and they talked about how they can't even walk down the street. They can walk. They're walking home from work or walking, you know, wherever they're going. The SARS would jump out on them. If they got nice clothes, they can't wear nothing nice. They can't drive anything nice. They can't have anything nice because then they're gonna think, "Oh, what are you doing? You doing fraud? Oh, you stealing? Let me see that." And they taking their phones. They may kidnap them and beat them and possibly kill them. If you know what I'm saying, like, so it's like so much, and it kind of the same plight going on in the United States with, you know, with our people here in the states, in the United States. Nigeria is dealing with it too. You know what I mean? And it's like on a whole nother cowboy. It's like cowboys and Indians type. Like they're just wilding. And the bad thing is that the SARS, the police officers there that they have, or the operatives, what they say, they're not getting paid much. So they feel now they're not getting paid, so they go rob the people to make up for what they don't, you know, what they don't have. And you robbing working class folks, you robbing good citizens, and they're tired. You're harming teenage kids, young kids. You're being savage about it. And the people are totally tired. They want disbandment. They want it now. So when you hear end SARS, that's what they talking about. They want to end the special anti-robbery squad in Nigeria. And a lot of the protests that you have seen had gone on in Lagos, Nigeria, the biggest, you know, that's the biggest city there. And so a lot of the protests was going on there, and peaceful protests, and people the same as we've protest here. You know, they were doing things to agitate the protesters so they can have a reason to strike back on them. You know, so they can have a reason to harm them, and so that's when I got with when I heard of the 12 Nigerian uh, citizens being gunned down, and the people are tired. They're tired, and I don't blame them. I understand them. I mean, you were put there to protect us, and you guys come in here and you're acting real savagely, and they're tired. So I'm gonna give y'all a little. I'm gonna go through a little timeline of, you know, what when it actually came to a head. Um, so the Amnesty International, the Amnesty is the Amnesty is International is a non-governmental organization with its headquarters in the United Kingdom focused on human rights. The organization says it has more than 8 million members and supporters around the world. That's what the Amnesty is. Amnesty International. Amnesty International accused the SARS officials of regularly detaining young male Nigerians illegally and extorting money from their relatives. In 2017, a petition signed by 10,195 people was submitted to the Nigerian National Assembly, calling for a total disbandment of SARS. A few senators backed the call for total disbandment of the unit. Consideration was given to reform the force rather than full disbandment due to the number of cases falling. The campaigners moved from social media using the endsars hashtag to organize peaceful protests in Abuja, Lagos, Ibadan, Osun, Benin, Ughelli, Warri, Ilori, Ogosmo. Those are the cities in Nigeria, and there's also more. I don't want to mess up their names. You know what I'm saying? So please forgive me to my Nigerian brothers and sisters. In response to the campaign, Nigeria Police Force Public Relations Officer Jimoh Mashu accused the campaigners of being criminals, despite the Inspector General of Nigeria Police Force, Abraham K. Idris, ordered the reform and reorganization of SARS. So they're trying to throw a monkey wrench in what they doing. The people trying to fight against something, and you have like, Nigerian police force, a public relations officer here trying to make it like, oh, they're a problem, they're force, they're not what they say they are. So therefore, that can give them a reason to go in and do harm to those groups or those said folks. So that's what the initial in 2017. That was the initial protest reaction, and that's the kickoff. The second wave is what we wind up seeing or hearing in the media, but it seems that, and I don't like conspiracy theory, but and I don't like to assume stuff, but I had to call it how I see it. It seemed like, when we first got with for COVID, it was coronavirus, then it went to COVID, and it seemed like when in October, of 2020, when the SARS, the protests really went to its height in Nigeria, the SARS protest, it seemed like all of a sudden, that's when I started hearing the SARS COVID. Like, it was like, I don't know, but I just took it like, oh, y'all trying to drown out what's really going on. You don't want the people to see how others, our brothers and sisters over the water in Nigeria, whether they going through the same thing. It's just that their government is truly corrupt, where they're not only fighting against police brutality from a police department, they gotta fight against a whole government. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't just like, oh, we gonna fight against this police department, or we want the police in this state, we want this law passed. No, it's really like they fighting against a whole, they fighting against the government. You know what I mean? Like you have corruption within that government, so they got a serious fight. You know what I'm saying? Not to take nothing away from our fight, what we're dealing with here on the soil here, because we've been fighting for years as well, years. So, not to take nothing away for that, but I'm just saying they, and so going on, as I get off page. So on Saturday, October the 3rd, a video showing a SARS police officer shooting a young Nigerian in front of Wetland Hotel, Ughelli, Delta State. Ughelli is a city in Nigeria, and a Delta State is an oil and agriculture producing state in Nigeria. So that's where the money at. Let's be clear. Nigeria known with that oil. It is situated in the region known as the South Geopolitical Zone, with a population of 4 million. The capital city is Asaba, located in the northern end of the state, with an estimation area of 762 square kilometers, 294 square miles. That's what that is. So that's what we wound up seeing here in the States when that the young man was shot in front of a Wetland Hotel in Ughelli, Delta State. That started the trend on the social media. That's when we actually seen, Now I know our brothers and sisters from Nigeria that reside here in the United States, they already known about this, but us, the general public that not from Nigeria and have no connection, we didn't know anything about that going on. So, it's all new to us. But that's when nationally, that's when it got put on the map about SARS and what was going on, when that's what started trending, and then you started seeing everybody say endsars. But when that young man was shot, and that's what we seen on social media, I felt compelled to, not only just put no hashtag up, to really talk about what is SARS. You know what I mean? Because for so much, like, we got people that hit social media and you say stuff and then bang, it just go away. I felt compelled to sit down and talk to my people about what this is and what's going on. So when you saying in something, you have a, you can really, you understand what you're talking about ending. You know what I mean? So, yeah, moving on, I'm gonna fast forward here. So, October the 8th, Nigerian youth protest on endsars at the Lagos State Governor's House on Thursday, October the 8th, and slept at the gate of the government house till Friday, October the 9th, when the deputy governor addressed the protesters. Among the Lagos State endsars protesters were celebrities: Fels Runtown, Don Jazzy, Ulu Jacobs, Idris Abdul Karim, and a host of others, including several comedians and other media personalities. These are the entertainers, the celebrities of Nigeria that were there at the protest on October the 8th. We're going to fast forward. I want to fast forward here. Because I was reading something how they, okay. So, October the 20th, following violent escalations, which included attacks by agitators against both protesters and police, the governor of Lagos State, Abijit Sanwo Alu, if I'm saying that right, declared a statewide 24-hour curfew effective 4 p.m. on October 20th. During this time, images of some pension persons alleged to be working with the Lagos state government and the Lekki Concession Company removed cameras, later confirmed by the Lagos state government to be laser cameras and not CCTV cameras. As earlier publicized on social media, at the toll gate circulated on endsars, and street lights at toll gate vicinities were turned off. A few hours later, it was reported that armed men of Nigerian army arrived at the scene of the protest and opened fire on peaceful and unarmed protesters, thereby resulting in a disputed number of deaths. A clip of the shooting trending on the internet. There were also reports that at least 50 other people were injured. However, the Lagos state government later reported that the shooting resulted in up to 25 injured and only 2 dead. Despite the fact that the curfew was extended till 9 p.m., soldiers of the Nigerian Army started shooting before 7 p.m. So this is what the brothers and sisters in Nigeria, this is what they're going against. Man, peace and blessings to them brothers and sisters out there. Make sure y'all, stay tapped in and paying attention to this as well, man. Because as I said, it seemed like, it was mighty funny to me. That's how I got confused when the SARS, SARS COVID was attached to a lot of. They started attaching that to some media topics and stuff like that, and I'm like, so it kind of threw me off. And then I would see SARS, then I would see Nigeria attached to it, but I just thought that SARS had, they had crazy cases of SARS in Nigeria. So that's what I was thinking. And then until I started hearing people getting hurt and gunned down, and I'm like, wait a minute, if this SARS, I mean, if this is COVID SARS, like why the hell are people getting shot? The hell they doing? So then I started tapping in and reading and looking at different media outlets in Nigeria, different citizens in Nigeria speaking about the incident and reading up on this SARS in Nigeria. And that's when I found out what SARS is: a special anti-robbery squad formed in 1992, and they were there to protect the people. It was formed to protect the people, but it was birthed from the corruption of the police already there, and them shooting a Colonel Rhythm of the Nigerian army, and the giant Nigerian army hitting the streets looking for the police. They fled, so it was no police in the streets of Nigeria for like 15 days. So it was just like mayhem in the city, in the streets in Nigeria and various cities or whatever. It was just mayhem. So SARS was then formed, and they were only formed with 15 people. Yeah, and so everything they were intended for was to protect the people against what I spoke about earlier: the robbery, the theft, the fraud, all of that. Cattle rustling, you know what I'm saying? They turned on the people. You know what I'm saying? They just turned on the people, and it just become a nightmare to the people. And from reports, it's said that because the Nigerian army is not the Nigerian army, they have corruption, as I just read. You just read some of that. There's corruption within their army as well too, from reports and things of that nature. But what's been said time again, as I've been reading, is the SARS operatives. They're not, and the police, they don't get paid much, so they feel to go do what they do. They're supposed to be protecting against crime, and they're the ones causing all the damn crime. You know what I mean? And so that's part of that too. They're on some savage mode. But yeah, so right now, we might not see it on. You might not see as much about SARS in Nigeria, and then that protest going on in Nigeria, but that doesn't mean that this thing is over. as I read, you see it's corruption. You see what I just read on what happened on October the 20th. They had a curfew set in place at 8 o'clock. They start cutting cameras off, cameras that they have up around, their cities. They start cutting cameras off and then start shooting the protesters, you know. So this stuff couldn't be documented. But when you have social media and when you have, when you have technology, what it is today, these things get out. It's still gonna get out. You can't hide with whatever you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Especially not on that level. It's gonna get out. Um, you know. So man, peace and blessings to our brothers and sisters of Nigeria. Man, it's just crazy. All they want is to be, is to be protected. They're tired. They're tired of the corruption, and something has to be done. And something has to be done because the people are not going to stand for it. They're not standing for it, and they have they have the young, vibrant. You know what I'm saying? As we have here in the States, they're just not having it. And they see how we standing and protesting on our with our issues with the police and our issue with government, you know what I mean? And they're like, hey, we dealing with that too. And that's inspired them as well to stand tall on their own situation that they've been dealing with for so long. You know what I'm saying? Peace and blessings to the Nigerian brothers and sisters. Peace and blessings. Peace be with your families. And if you've lost anybody or even got hurt and trying to stand up for something right there in Nigeria and anywhere in this world, and you trying to fight for your right and freedom, and you standing up and speaking, man, anyone that's been hurt and any protests, anyone that has lost their lives in the protests, because these are things that are not often spoken about. And I've understand that, I've noticed with these protests too, man, they still try to take away people's rights from protesting. It's like they want to muzzle it because they want you to protest just enough of what they want you to protest. And then when they feel like, oh, it's over, they want to throw a monkey wrench in it, so then it can cause them to break it up. Because how else are they going to break it up? Because if we're protesting and standing and we come out to protest about a real serious issue, then we ain't trying to go nowhere. We got time. So they know this. So they say, oh, we got to throw a monkey wrench in this to break this up because these people ain't going to leave. But I say to my brothers and sisters that's out there on the front line every time, continue to keep your cameras rolling, your phones, them cameras, them computers in your pocket. You know what I mean? That's what they are. Continue to keep them cameras rolling. Continue to keep speaking out and letting us know that don't know what's going on. Continue to let us know what's going on, because you got a brother here, an ally right here, that I'm not just talking about BS. I'm coming and I'm talking about something real, and I like to talk about the things that I feel like don't get much shine, the issues that don't get spoken on. So with that being said, man, there's if you looking to donate to the causes in Nigeria, I mean, I found it's bustle.com, BUSTLE, where you can find organizations there, along with some other things, but you can, along with other things, businesses and things, but you can find the Feminist Coalition there. It's the Diasparians against SARS, Asada Collective. But yeah, you can go to bustle.com and they will give you can find some there. And I'm trying to be careful with that because I just want to be clear. We do know, and especially now, we know, like, fraud is heavy And it's been that way in Nigeria, and it's not all the people in Nigeria. You just have those that, like we have in our country. So, just be very careful when donating, and that's why I don't want to throw out too many, because I don't want to, you know, I don't want to give up the wrong, fraudulent organizations or anything like that, and then somebody get got. So if any of the brothers and sisters in Nigeria, you see this video here, um, drop in the comments, down below this video, any of the true organizations, because I've heard brothers and sisters say they taking food donations. They not just monetary, donations to keep them going with the protest, but they were also taking food donations and things of that nature too. So if our brothers and sisters in Nigeria watching, or you come across this video, drop in the bottom right there, and also keep me dropping the bottom and let us know where you're at with the protests and what's going on. Peace and blessings to y'all all, man. We with you. End SARS. The people just want to live, and as the people in Nigeria say, they just want to be fresh. You know what I mean? They want to be clean. They work hard too. They want to be able to drive something nice. They want to be able to have nice technology, cell phones and computers, and be able to walk down the street with their laptop or iPad and not be harassed, because they have these things. We have to also understand, they have the operatives, police forces or whatever that's protecting the people in whatever city in Nigeria. You have to also understand some of those brothers and sisters in Nigeria have family back here in the States that look out for them, that send them nice clothes, that send them, them things, that they have Nigerian brothers and sisters that come here to the States and work their ass off, and they send back to their families. They want them to experience the nice material things that may be here. They want their family, So you have to remember that too, that they have family here back in the States that love them and take care of them, and send them nice things. That don't mean that they're doing anything fraudulent. We know you need to go after the fraud that you have going on in your cities around Nigeria. You need to take care of that. Focus on that, because you're focusing on you're focusing your attention on the wrong people, the citizens there that you're supposed to protect and serve. You're there for them, and you're robbing them. You're robbing them. You got to stop the savage life. Yo, but this is Space Invaders TV. I just wanted to tap in and speak about the situation in SARS and give everybody an update on actually what SARS is. It's a special anti-robbery squad, and it was put together in 1992 after a killing. It was sparked after a killing of a Colonel Rhythm of the Nigerian Army. The Nigerians took to the streets. The Nigerian Army took to the streets looking for those police that killed them at a checkpoint, and I'm pretty sure they caught up to some. Some of those officers fled. Most officers fled the country, and most of them just retired and got low. But it's been so much going on in Nigeria, since SARS. There's been guys on a bicycle, a situation where guys on a bicycle, they were riding their bikes, and then the police just pulled them and kidnapped them and beat them and tortured them for about a week. You had a situation where you had a situation where it was a known rap artist there. I think it took place between 2017 or 2018. I don't have it pulled up right now, the artist's name, but I know my Nigerian brothers and sisters know, and they kidnapped and beat him, that known rapper. they're pulling. The kids are walking down the street. They may have nice cell phones. The police will jump out on them and ask them where they get it from, and taking their phones and going through their phones and kidnapping them and maybe holding them for ransom and making their families pay them to get their child back. It's just all bad. So peace and blessings, man, to the brothers and sisters in Nigeria. We with you, endsars. This is Space Invaders TV. I'm your boy Rashawn. Make sure y'all tap in, subscribe to the page, hit the notification bell so you'll always know when I post something. And stay tuned. I'll come to you next week with another great topic and some more enlightenment. And if any other information I come across, I will actually talk about it as well. Then, as I said, any of my brothers and sisters in Nigeria or here in the States that have family in Nigeria, tap in at the bottom and let us know. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, and also let us know the real, true organizations that are taking donations for the SARS protests. Peace and blessings, y'all. I'm out.